It's the Weather Blender blog for December 15th, 2010. Fast moving storm on the way. Hi everybody, Spencer Adkins here. Let's get you a quick update. This is going to be a quick update because, again, this storm is going to be in, out, gone, but it will have a significant impact, especially for that morning commute on Thursday. I want to show you some of the weather models here. Let's jump right first of all to the radar and see what's going on. And you can see the blue, that's showing you the snow. Now it looks like it's reaching the ground in Kentucky. Looking at the reports, not quite reaching there. Nice stripe across Illinois, really coming down well there. But this is curving the direction of my yellow little line there, and this is going to be sliding on in to the region throughout the morning. And our predictor shows, again, the timing of that is looking like it's about sometime between 1 a.m. and 4 a.m. to see the snow really reaching the ground. Okay, let's jump into it here now. This is the NAM model, kind of representative of many of the weather models. 7 a.m. on Thursday, you can see the big deep blue line. That's your rain snow line. Here's the problem, though. Many different layers of the atmosphere, and it looks like the warmest layer here that we're concerned about would be above about 5,000 feet. 5,000 feet, maybe up to about 10,000 feet. It might be just a little too warm to support much snow. Or if it's a little bit cooler, a few degrees cooler than the weather models project, and it very well could be, then you would see a little bit more snow. Nonetheless, we know that there's going to be some rain and snow in the mix. So again, that just shows you that there's a good swath of precipitation in eastern Kentucky, lots of cold air trapped in the valleys. I certainly hope that it would actually come down as snow and not as ice. That rain snow line along Interstate 64 at 1 o'clock. There's a look at the NAM. Jumping ahead to 7 p.m., it settles back down a little bit closer to the Beckley-Lewisburg line of I-64. But again, it's very interesting that the weather models are spitting out as much snow as they are. So again, you have to kind of look at all the different layers here, and you have to kind of go by experience and looking at the situation outside. It certainly has been cold enough, I think, to support more snow. Here's what the NAM model thinks. You can see, boy, a huge bullseye of wet snow, 8 to 10 inches in the blue, actually 10 to 12 in the very light blue, right around Beckley through, let's say, Hinton and on over to the west through Logan, West Virginia. It's going to be a close call. It might snow that much. Some of that could melt as the temperature gets up to about 32. Steps down the green and yellow, that's right around 3-4 inches, and then the bright pink shade, that's about an inch at best. So that is a very common look that we see in the weather models. Let me share a different view. We've moved the map a little bit. This is the weather model we call the WRF. Boy, this one really jumps again. The blue is 8 inches, and then the light blue is 10 inches, all kind of centered right on in the Hinton area. 6 inches around Charleston, 4 to 6 in the greens. Again, that would be around Clay, West Virginia. Then it drops off when you get to Ripley and Spencer to the north. But again, that's a very narrow, tight band of an awful lot of snow. Not as much in southeast Kentucky because we think we'd see more freezing rain in that mix. GFS is the one I kind of went with. I thought it was kind of the moderate model here of all the models, and it seemed to make a little more sense to me. They go with about a 4 to 6 inch band in the green, leaning a little heavier toward 4, because again, I think that the temperature will warm up in the afternoon and knock a lot of that down. Little bullseye in southwest Virginia and southernmost West Virginia, right around, let's say, Welch, of about 6 inches plus, and then that also drops off to about less than 2 inches when you get up to places like Meigs County. This is a look at the Canadian model. Again, similar in placement. The green zones, again, 4 to 6. You can see 6 plus in the bullseye. That's just a little bit to the northeast of Hinton. That's, of course, Greenbrier County, Pocahontas County, and it has another green bullseye of 5 inches, let's say, over places like Carter County, Kentucky. So it's not that it's all that different. They're all very, very similar, but the details are going to be hugely, hugely important throughout the day. Here's what we came up with as kind of a blended solution. 3 to 6 inches in the blue zone, Huntington, Charleston, on through Beckley, Bluefield. 1 to 3 south of, let's say, Pikeville. Throw in a 1/4 inch of ice on top of that in those places to the south, and 1 to 3 inches again in places like Athens and Parkersburg. That's all by noon Thursday, but again, the temperature getting up close to freezing. You'll see a lot of that melting off. Looking ahead out to Saturday, new storm brewing to the south and to the east. This is looking at the Canadian model, and that shows some snow up to about the Beckley area from the south, and that storm pulls away. And the GFS model on Saturday shows the low off the coast, but it still has the same effect. Has a little light snow on up through Beckley, maybe on up through the Charleston area. So that's a lot of stuff to go through. Just know that, again, that it's really going to be, I think, sloppy, messy in the morning. It doesn't matter if it's 1 to 3, 3 to 6. It's all going to be very, very messy on the commute on Thursday morning with great improvements by the afternoon. So there you go. I said it was quick. It really wasn't quick, but it's very thorough right here on the Weather Blender blog.